Hello and welcome to Experiencing Love. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. I don't know if this is going to be a practice, but I thought I'd share a little change. If you can't tell, I decided to change the angle of my camera. Now, I don't think that'll have crazy consequences, but I think it's important to keep trying new things out, to keep testing out different methods of doing something. I don't ever want to believe that I'm doing something the best way that there is. I don't ever want to believe that I've reached the max. I believe that there's always some room to improve, always some room to grow. And that takes trying out different methods. That takes trying out something new. Of course, if something works, it's good to stick with it. Just don't fall into the assumption that you're doing it the best way possible. It could very well be that the best way possible just hasn't been discovered yet. So that being said, I know I'm still far off, and doing these little changes is enough to excite me and to know that I'm still trying. I'm still taking steps. That's what matters. I guess I want to celebrate trying something new. And I think doing one small change every day is really going to start adding up months down the line. When I rewatch some of these videos, if I've done one little change every day for a year, well, my videos are going to be indescribably different. So I just thought I'd share that. This morning I woke up much earlier than I usually do. If you've been following along, you'll know that I've been having a fun back and forth when it comes to my sleep schedule. So rather than going to sleep at 6:30 in the morning, I actually woke up at that time. I actually experienced the morning sun actually in the morning, like my morning. I made sure to get sunlight into my eyes soon after I woke up with a nice glass of tea and just enjoy the weather, enjoy the outdoors for what it's worth. I haven't done something like that in a very long time, and it was just refreshing. And I need it to help me retrain my mind, retrain my body to getting up that early. I've noticed something over these past few days, and it's that if I want to retrain my body to do something, I really need to give it a majority of my focus. I've been letting my sleep slip away from me because I've been so unintentional about it. I've been so neglectful on that area of my life. I just let it get bad. And if I want to fix it, I really need to try. I really need to focus. So I woke up this morning and immediately wondered, what am I going to talk about on the podcast today? What am I going to bring up? And I remembered a dream I had last night. And in the dream, I reconnected with many of my old friends that I no longer speak with, friends I no longer see. And after the dream, I woke up feeling really nostalgic and really good. Even though it was just a dream, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed spending time with those people. Again, I know it wasn't real time, but the emotion is real. Our dreams give us emotions. Our thoughts give us emotions. We are in control of our emotions, not our environment. So if I want to feel a certain way, I can just think of things. I can put myself in environments that make it easier to feel certain things. I can move around. I could dance. The way I shape my body, the way I contort my face, that all has an effect on how we feel, on our emotions. And I got to thinking, and seeing all those friends and having a good time with them, it made me wonder why I don't talk to them anymore, why I don't see them. I don't see them anymore because I grew apart from them. I grew distant. These people were all very good friends with each other, and I always felt like an outsider. And I now know that those feelings of being an outsider are often self-inflicted, meaning it's really easy to start feeling like an outsider and then doing things and behaving in a way to make it even easier to be an outsider. It's like you can start feeling like an outcast, like an outsider. You don't get invited to something. So what you might do is you might isolate, or you might not invite them to some plans, some events. And then the cycle just continues until there's a rift that's just growing between you and another person, you and another group. That's similar to what I did. I felt like an outsider, so I didn't make much headway in not being an outsider. I accepted it and embraced it. I would almost say I encouraged it. And I always followed this one mantra, which is, I choose people who choose me. I always thought about that with many of the relationships in my life. I choose people who choose me because I used to spend a lot of time chasing people who didn't want me in their life. I found the value in having friendships, having relationships with people who genuinely wanted to be friends with me, who genuinely wanted to be around me. It's a lot different spending time with those people versus those who want nothing to do with you. So I learned that lesson long ago. I choose people who choose me. But in reflecting on the dream last night and thinking about that line, I realized that while there's nothing wrong with choosing people who choose me, there is responsibility that I can take in realizing other people may choose me and show that they choose me in ways that are different to my own. I may show someone that I choose them in ways that other people don't. There's a chance that I've misjudged people too early, thinking that they're not choosing me, when in fact they were choosing me just in ways that are different, in ways that I didn't comprehend, didn't understand, I didn't see. Some people could be more straightforward and quite literally say, I choose you. I want you to be my friend. Other people may do it more subtly by inviting you out more, by making sure to spend more time with you. Other people may choose you by getting you gifts or doing things for you. Sometimes someone could just choose you by wanting to be in the same room with you. They don't want to do any plans. They don't want to go anywhere. They don't even want to talk, but they just want to be around and they want you to be around. So I see the mistake that I've made in potentially distancing myself and ending friendships too soon. And when I think back to that and wonder if it's true or not, it does make me a little sad. It's a little unfortunate to think that I could have done this to myself and to other people. Because ultimately, I think it's a gift to have those people in my life, and it's a gift to be in their life. Every person you have in your life is a gift. And if that person's not there, then it's one less gift that that person has. And I don't quite know where to go from here. I don't quite know what to do with this information, what to do with this download. Maybe it's just a lesson to learn for later. Maybe it's something I need to acknowledge for the future relationships that I'll have. Maybe it's something I really need to focus on for the relationships I still have. All the people in my life, they choose me in ways that are different than I do. Whatever the next steps may be, I know that so long as I return to love and experiencing love, sharing love, giving love, feeling love, seeing love, then I know everything will be okay. Everything will work out fine. I know that I have so much love in my life. I know that love is abundant and it's all around me. I know that love is one of those magical things that the more I have and the more I use and the more I give, the more I get. The more I will have, the more it'll grow. I'm letting go of the fear and the guilt and the shame of potentially having hurt someone in the past. Instead, I could just keep moving forward, loving the people I have now and loving the people I will have in my future. I had this wild thought a couple weeks back, and it was wild because it was on the topic of immortality. And for years, whenever I had these fun ideas about immortality and what it would be like to never die, I always had this perspective, I always had this mindset that I wouldn't want immortality because it would mean saying goodbye and losing all the people I loved. And I realized that even that mindset isn't objectively true. And it's simply that. It's my mindset. It's my perspective on the matter. Because what I realize now is that, yes, if I was the only one that was immortal, I would see many people die. I would say goodbye to many loved ones. And yet, there's the same amount, if not more, opportunities to say hello and to love new people. I think about my life now, and while there have been moments of pain whenever someone would leave my life, and there would be sadness, I can't help but seeing the pattern that I've met or was introduced to so many new incredible people. For every time I said goodbye, I also said hello to someone new. So I think it's just a matter of perspective. If I was immortal, yes, it would be many, many goodbyes. And I think it would only hurt if I chose to isolate after losing loved ones. If I chose to be alone and never say hello again, because then yes, my entire life would be filled with goodbyes. But if I made it a point to continue practicing love and to love all the time, well then it's just generation after generation of love to experience. And I know this is something that won't happen. I won't ever be immortal. But it's fun brain candy for me. I feel like there's another term for it, but I'm pretty much trying to say it's just fun to think about sometimes. And I've been able to take that type of logic and overlay it onto my beliefs of God. I'm always told just how much God loves us. And I truly do believe it. I believe it because if the more you practice love, the more love you have. Think about how much practice God has at loving. If he loves every single one of us, every single person, and every single person who has come before us and every single person who comes after us, that is just so much love that it's unimaginable. And I believe that to be true. God is not sad when people die because for every death, there's always a hello. Now, I'm not trying to think about the whole, okay, someone dies but then goes to heaven type situation. I'm just thinking more, God has this world, God has earth, and billions of people on this earth, and millions of people are dying every single day, but there's also millions of people being born every day. So there's always more love to give, and therefore always more love to get. I didn't expect to go all spiritual in this one, but I did, and I don't regret it. I don't regret any part of my past, any goodbye in my past, and any hello. I don't regret the mistakes I've made because for every mistake I made, there's a lesson to learn, and I get to grow. And I also made it a point before that I want to live in a world where people are allowed to admit to, apologize for, and learn from mistakes. And when someone does that for their mistakes, when they admit to their mistakes, when they apologize for their mistakes, and they learn from their mistakes, they get accepted and appreciated for learning. That's what I wish for this world. I don't wish for everyone to be perfect. I want people to keep making mistakes so that they could continue to learn and grow. I guess I just want them to also be encouraged to learn and grow. I want them to know it's okay to make mistakes and to even embrace it, because we learn much, much more when we make mistakes than we do when we don't. I feel as though in this moment, I am being rewarded for the inner work that I've done. Regardless of what's happening in my life, I feel good right now. And I feel good because I've spent countless hours, countless days, countless years at this point. Actually, no, I could count them. Many years at this point. Learning about myself, learning about other people, learning about how I am with other people, and finding what works well for me. Trying something different every single day. Because I know that I'm not perfect and I'm not doing anything perfectly right. So there we go. There's another beautiful day that I get to experience. Another beautiful morning that I get to see, and another beautiful lesson for you to hear. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really glad to have you in my life. I choose you. For what it's worth, I choose you. Remember to always fill up with the love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.